very quickly, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this since it's already done, but so I have your lights already patched and chosen in here. So you won't really ever have to mess with this unless for some reason you came in and all the fixtures were gone for some reason. But I will do a very quick tutorial to show you how you do that in case for some reason you have a problem, something actually gets deleted and you need to recreate it. Um, so basically up here in the top left menu, you'll see patch. Okay, you'll click on patch. You'll go load patch new fixture. Okay, so in this top window pane, this is the manufacturer of the light. Okay, so you have multiple lights here. So you have Chauvet Colorado. So if I click on Chauvet, Enlighten already has a predetermined manufacturer specs and all of the fixture profiles already in here. So every once in a while, if you might get a brand new light and it may not be in there, but usually if you call Enlighten, they can create the profile and email it to you or something like that if you ever need to. So what you guys have is you have the Colorado. Let me find Colorado. Go back up here. Color dash. Where am I going? Color strip. Okay, here we go. So what you guys have on the back truss up here is you have Colorado 1 fixtures, okay? I'm not going to patch it because they're already in there. It's going to load more. But if I were to do that, I would go to Chauvet, Colorado 1, select the current fixture to patch. So it brings up this window. It's going to ask me, how many do you want to patch? If you have a bunch of them, it's best to patch them all at once. Because what it does, it creates an auto fixture group. So it'll make a group of all your Colorados. So if you want to edit them all at the same time and turn them on at the same time or change colors at the same time, you can do all that. So this is as far as I'm going to go, just since they're already in. This window right here is a good reference. So anything that is blue, that's a light that is patched. That's the starting DMX channel where your light is patched. So the first Colorado up here on the back or on the front truss starts at channel 1. It's a 12 channel fixture. So the next one starts at 13, the next one 25, so on and so forth. All of these lights down here are basically lights that are patched. So for example, the one in the drum booth starts at channel 109. The vast white lights start at 120. So number 120 is on this front truss, 123 is on the front truss. On the back truss at the stage starts 126 and then 129. 132 is the moving light on the right side of the stage up there. And then on the left side, stage left, is 150. That's the mover. Your drama strip lights at the bottom are 168, 192, and 216. So if for some reason something ever gets patched, it's probably a good idea to maybe even take your phone and take a picture of this little window or save it, just so you have a reference. If something ever happens with the software, you'll have a backup of your patching. So that's pretty much kind of how that is, and you go through that process for all of the lights. Yes, yeah. So up there, you have to the lights are patched now, but I had to go through and manually address all the lights to each specific, and then I come in here and do the same thing. So that's the patching. That's just a real brief overview of patching. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Now we're back to your programming mode. So when you patch your lights, this is what they do. They basically put them in this window right here. It's good to just to kind of organize it to where you can kind of see. I'll tell you what this is doing in just a second here. Go back. We actually don't have anything playing right now. Let's see. Shouldn't have anything playing. Okay. Okay, so you have great button. So you have your two movers. Those are XLED 3007. Your two vast. Let me do one thing. Sorry, so we don't keep getting this error message real quick. I'm going to select all my lights, release, and then I'm going to initialize. Okay. In the programming mode, you'll notice that right now all my lights are red on the bottom. Anytime that light is red, that means I'm editing that particular light. So now that all my lights are red and I hit initialize, what initialize does is it will turn on the dimmer for just pretty much any light that you're trying to work with. One thing to be aware of, every once in a while, I noticed on like the Colorados, for whatever reason, I would hit initialize and there would be a time where some of them wouldn't actually initialize. So I'll show you manually how you can do that. But this is a shortcut to where once you start programming, this is the quick way you want to get used to doing it.
Okay, so on these 4 of them are off. So that's okay.
Yeah, and so some of them, even though they're selected, they didn't initialize.
Okay.
And that's what I was talking about. So what you can do here, so I'm just going to click anywhere in here to release those lights. Okay. On my window, even though it says they're all at 100%, they're not. Let's initialize this fixture. I'm going to go up here to the fader tab, and you'll see over here to where it says dimmer. All I have to do is click on full, and that turns that light on. Okay, now what you're not seeing yet, I'm editing the light in the drum booth currently. So the dimmer is on, but since it's an LED light, I don't have any color up. So you're not going to see anything currently. So here's what I'll do. I'll go to, I can go over here to blue and click full intensity. And now you see the light in the drum booth is on. Okay, so this is a way, a backup way, if you need to manually initialize a light. If it doesn't turn on, you can go to the fader section, and it's always going to be your dimmer channel that'll turn it up. But if you're using LEDs, you have to turn a color up as well. So it's not just intensity. Okay, so now what we'll do, let's kind of check a couple of our lights on the back that say they're on. Okay, so I have a few Colorados here that are not on. So I'm just going to check a couple of things here. So if I go to color up here on the top on my tabs, this is a shortcut way for me to edit colors. So I can do it from the fader section, but that's very hard because I don't always know what color I'm wanting. One good thing that they've done in the programming is if I'm selecting a Colorado, the color palette, the color options it gives me are the colors that the Colorado is capable of reproducing. So not every light is always capable of producing every color, especially if you're working with some older lights. Some of the newer lights can produce multiple colors. So you'll see right now that it looks like most of our lights are doing, or I'm sorry, not most of them, the ones I selected are currently, because you see I don't have all of them selected right now. If you look at my mouse, I only have, what, 1, 2, it looks like 5 of them. This little,
yeah, 6 turn on now.
Okay, and so if we want to, just to kind of prove a point here, we'll go over to turn that color on, and